It was Saturday morning of August 6, 2011, and I was just making breakfast for my girls, and my dad called me and asked me if I'd go over and hang out with my mom because he'd heard some things on the news that were a little unnerving. After a series of events, we did find out that my brother had been killed in action. I remember telling my husband, you know, I didn't just lose my brother, which was really hard. I mean, it was the most pain I've ever felt in my life, losing my brother. But almost harder than that was watching my parents lose their son, and watching my grandparents lose their grandson, and watching my niece and nephew lose their dad. And I wanted to do something to honor my brother, and I wanted to do something to step in this gap, this hole that was left. My brother and I grew up on a farm, so we were super outdoorsy, and he just lived a very adventurous life. Anything that was kind of dangerous, he was like up for it. So the idea of an adventure camp kind of came to be. Just knowing that I wanted his kids to get to experience the things that they would have done with him, and all these other kids to experience things they would have done with their dad. So we came up with this kind of outdoorsy themed camp idea, and that's really where the idea of Operation 300 came from.
We've had kids come in from all over the country, and I've had multiple kids come through the camp several times. The family I have this weekend, I've got one new girl, and then I've also got a family that's in town again, and I've had them for a couple of years now, and it's awesome to see them grow and have relationships with them year after year.
I've seen a lot of kids really open up, just getting to spend some time here with other kids and getting to spend some time with somebody that can just, even for a short period of time, act as a little bit of a father figure. Aaron was one of my best friends. We did all this stuff together. We hunt, we fish, we surf, we played, we did all that, and it just made sense for me that, you know, that I get to share some of the things that I enjoy with these kids and just give back a little bit. I didn't serve in the military. So the least I can do is serve those that sacrifice for us, and just try to give back and love on their families and their kids as much as I can.
When we had the idea to start Operation 300, I had no idea what I was doing. Every single step was, okay, what do we do next? And I remember it finally got to the point in November of 2012 that we kind of looked around at each other and we're like, okay, if we're gonna do this, we need to do it. And so, just completely in faith and in a belief that this is what we needed to do, I quit my job. I remember when we planned the first camp for March of the following year, we kind of looked around at each other and said, I can't believe people are just gonna send their kids here. But we ended up that first camp with 9 kids, and they were all boys from all over the United States and every branch of the military. And it was just a beautiful, amazing experience. We had a great time with them. So it just gave us kind of the courage and the boldness to say, okay, yes, this is what we're doing. This is a good thing. And it kind of took off from there.
You know, it was 2005 when I lost my dad. So I've been experiencing benevolent organizations like this for, well over 10 years now. Every time, Gina and Tara send out the information of the kids before the mentors arrive to camp, I go through the list, and I see each child, and I see the circumstance of death. It breaks my heart every single time. It's words on paper, but they mean so much. And every time I look at those words, lost father in helicopter incident like my dad, or rolled a Humvee into a river. It's such a great tool to have, a humbling perspective, because when these kids come in, I'm in the right perspective just to serve, to 100% serve. They have so much to go through ahead of them, and to build a family now that they can call family and home for a long time, when they do start to go through that stuff, it's really powerful.
As a Marine and serving this country, we always vowed that we would protect each other's backs. Always say, I have your 6. I was injured. I came back from Afghanistan in 2013. I had shrapnel in my spine. Getting involved with Operation 300 was no different, because having their back didn't stop once I flew back to the United States. I'm just truly blessed to be able to be here today to speak about it, to do something about it, and I love being involved with Operation 300.
So every Operation 300 camp weekend is a little different from the last. There are some staple things that we do that we'll probably do every weekend, and that's archery and shooting. One of our local sheriff's departments brings out volunteers and they set up a firing range for the kids. But we've done almost everything you can imagine, from a trampoline park to the rodeo. Honestly, wherever we can find adventure, we're trying to take the kids there. You know, one thing we don't do is we don't take them to Disney World or something extravagant like that, because we understand that they don't need extravagance. What they need is relationship and time and quality time. So we are constantly thinking, how can we set up scenarios where these kids are getting one-on-one interaction with a positive male role model, and they're just getting to do the things that they're missing out on without their dads.
What has been your favorite part of camp?
Yep, you're gonna go on a plane in just a second, sweetie.
Flying the airplane.
Flying the airplanes? What do you have in your hand?
Crocodile. Favorite part of camp was playing with my mentor.
This being my first year, we shot guns and we did some archery.
Well, first it was kind of nerve-wracking, but as soon as I actually got with it was pretty nice.
I just love Florida. Florida is amazing. I wish I could live here all the time.
And what I experienced here was stuff I never did with my dad before, like shooting, going to the fair.
You can be yourself at this camp. A lot of people are nice here and help you through the stuff that you've gone through. I hang out with people who are in the same situation as I am. And it was really fun to hang out with people like that. This weekend I really felt accepted into the group. I knew the kids had the same experiences as I did. We all have lost someone great in our life that really just gave something for us. And I just really felt accepted, and I really liked it here.
To be honest, there was no real vision for the moms when Operation 300 started. What happened was unexpected. The moms came back to us and said, "Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to meet other women who are going through the same thing I'm going through." We've had so many moms, after our camps that say, "That's the first time I've ever spent time with another military widow." And again, just like the kids, they're in this very unique situation. Our goal is, even this year, is to be able to offer more to them, not just a relaxing weekend, but also some leadership training and just some encouragement and things that they can take away from the weekend. But the response from the moms has been really cool and really overwhelming, and not something we were planning, but something that we have realized is so important and so vital.
All of our families, the moms, stay close to Palm Beach International Airport, and that's the airport they fly into. I get to welcome them. I'm usually the first face they see. This opportunity provides a healthy environment for them to encourage and inspire each other, and while enjoying activities that refresh and refuel their passion for life. I see women connect on many levels, and they know now they have others to turn to for help, and also anticipate reuniting with the families that they have bonded with during their stay.
So my heart is really just to be able to pass on to people that things that have happened to you don't have to make you a hard, bitter person. What they can do is make you have more compassion and more understanding for people, and really more love for people, because at the end of the day, if we don't love one another, what's the point? I think with these kids and even with these moms, I just want to give them a flicker of hope that yes, this was hard, and yes, this shouldn't have happened, and it's not fair, but you can do something great with it, and you can make something beautiful out of it, and God can take what you thought was going to destroy you, and He can use that to make you who you were meant to be, really.
This camp, if I rated it out of a 1 through 10, it would probably be 100, because it's just so much fun. I think when I grow up, I will remember this camp, but I hope that I can volunteer here when I get older, because I want to see other kids having fun and playing with them still. My dad passed away, and so I have my mom, and she's awesome. She's real fun, but it's still nice to have a guy role model to, just being a good role model for you. This camp it's just like, I felt real special because like I feel special all the time, but like the fact that you can know that other people are caring about you and appreciate the work that your dad done and how you are, and they're just awesome, and I felt very special.
At Operation 300, we truly believe that when a man or a woman goes halfway around the world and stands in the gap for us, for our freedom, that the least we can do is give them assurance that if they don't make it back, their family is going to be taken care of. And I believe with all my heart that children have to be won at a very young age. And there are so many things that are fighting for their hearts. And these kids have dealt with tragedy that most adults don't walk through well. So if we don't get them at this age and make sure that they know that they're loved and they're cherished and their sacrifice has not gone unseen, then we lose. And in my heart, that's the least that we can do. And we owe that to them, and we owe that to their fathers for the sacrifice they made for us.
Operation 300!